Richard Branson, one of the best entrepreneurs on the planet, arguably one of the top 10 entrepreneurs on the planet. And I've done a lot of study of his philosophies and his strategies to grow the businesses that he has. 400 plus businesses now and growing all the time. One of the really interesting things that Richard does is around pricing his products. So I've done a shitload of research on this. I want to show you exactly what they are doing, what the Virgin Group of businesses are doing to price their products, and then you can use these exact same techniques to build your own multi-million dollar e-commerce businesses. With that being said, let me show you what they are. First up, we've got something called anchoring. That you cannot do this. I should point this out. You cannot do this on Amazon. Okay, you can only do this on your own website, which is another good reason to get your own website. Anchoring, which is where you have two products side by side, and both products feel kind of expensive because there's no pricing anchor for them. So by adding an extra price in, which in this case is a high anchor, it's called a high anchor, you make the other two prices appear to be much, much smaller. Virgin do this all the time. Okay, Virgin do this all the time. They'll have one product which is very, very high, and then it makes all their other products seem cheap in comparison. Okay, and that's what we do. We're humans. How we visualize the world is through comparison. We only get to quote unquote see things that are comparable to other things that are moving. Okay, so that's a good thing to do. Put a product up on your website that is very, very high priced, so that all the other prices on your website seem lower in comparison. Works really, really well. Next up, safety. So the best option for your pricing, or more accurately, the price that you want everybody to pay is the more accurate way of saying that, should go in the middle. Most people giving options, 3 different options, choose the middle road. Okay, I don't know why that is. It's just something we're preconditioned to do. And as a result of that, if you put the option that you want people to take in the middle, you'll get them to choose that more often than not. Okay, so you're helping them make that decision. Next up, scarcity. So Amazon use this, and you can, of course, engineer this on Amazon as well. So anytime you've been to Amazon SERPs and you see that there's products where it says only X number of these products left in stock, that's Amazon using scarcity. Okay, you can engineer that. To engineer it, you need to have a warehouse where your stock is held, and then shove it into Amazon, sometimes on a daily basis, to keep that scarcity thing on the SERPs. But if you've got your own website, you don't need to engineer it. You can just have it on there. So saying there's only something, only a small amount left, is a very, very good way of subtly saying to people, other people have purchased this product, because that's really what that says. Other people have purchased product and they're buying it right now. If you don't buy this, you'll miss out. You'll miss out. Graham does this. Always have only 2 left. Very good strategy. I bet it works very well for you, Graham. So scarcity, number 3. 4. Oh, should be number 4. Annual pricing, little typo there. So a lot of people like to pay annually for things. They like to just have that sorted. Something I have not done with the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs, for instance, is have an annual pricing. Maybe I should test that, but that's something I haven't actually done yet. So annual pricing coming, but it works really, really well. Annual pricing, definitely worth testing on what you're doing. But the only problem with annual pricing is it creates a very, very high number. So the way around that is to put the pricing as a monthly thing. You would see this all the time. I was at a supplement website the other day. in Germany, as it happens, buying supplements. I saw this. You can order a year's supply and it'll only cost you X per month, billed annually. Okay, that's the language that everybody uses. Really very clever. And so you reduce that high number down to something much, much easier to manage. Okay, works really, really well. So they're happy to take a deal at 60 when they wouldn't take it at 720, for instance. Next. The Economist is the first people to use this. It's called the decoy effect. And if you read that, it makes no sense at all. You can get a subscription to the online Economist magazine for 59 bucks, or you can get the print edition for 125 bucks, or you can have the print and the web subscription for 125 bucks. That's called decoy pricing. Of course, everybody takes the print and web, which is what the Economist wants you to do. Everybody takes that because they're like, well, why wouldn't I take that? It's such a good deal with everything else. Decoy pricing works really, really well. So here's how that would work, for instance, what we're doing. So if you've got an apple to sell or pineapple oranges, you just make it like you can get the apple, pineapple orange, the dragon fruit, the pomegranate, all for the bargain price of $1.89. Okay, it makes it a no-brainer for you to try something like that. Next, price complication. There have been so many split tests done around how you put price onto a website. And all of those split tests, because what happens is when you read something, you sub-vocalize it. So most people, when they read, they sub-vocalize it in their minds as well. And so reading $1,350, well, that's a huge mouthful, and it also sounds a lot in your head. Okay, so even when you read it out, there's a lot there, there's lots of syllables to read out. So instead, you put it like that. So you just make it a lot smaller in the minds of the people. 1,350, boom. That's how you put that in place, okay? And you can also make that a smaller font as well if you've got it on your website. And again, that works well too. Last one. I'm pretty sure we've discussed this in Inner Circle. It's a really, really good strategy, and that is to compete with yourself. Branson does this all the time, all the time. He sets up a business and he'll do two versions of that business. One will be at the kind of middle to lower end of the market price-wise, and the other is at the top end of the market. Different brand, I would imagine, very, very similar products, certainly same product out of the factory. Rightly or wrongly, I suspect that's what's going on. The more you dig into, for instance, the pet industry, it would blow your mind to see some of the shenanigans that happens in the pet industry. Pretty crazy stuff. And you see a lot in the pet industry as well, where companies have got multiple brands. They've got one brand at a very, very low price point and another brand at a very, very high price point. If you know anything about the company, you know they've only got the one factory, which means it's all coming from the same factory, okay? So competing with yourself, very clever thing to do. Very, very clever thing to do. There will be always people out there that want to pay more, for a product. There's always going to be people out there that are just price shopping. That's the only thing they're interested in. Here's a way you get access to both of those two people. That was a video from my regular Monday night Q&A session with the members of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. We are a community of over 2,500 people and growing. We're the fastest growing community of e-commerce entrepreneurs right now, with sales, by the way, of over $50 million. If you would like to find out more about what we do and also come and join us, get yourself off to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au. The link for that is in the description, and I will see you on the next video. Until then, bye for now.